Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Aladdin's Castle here. Today I'm bringing you guys a second place deck profile. I went to the PokeShop tournament. That was the week 2 of the Set Champs over that week. It was located in Wisconsin on a Saturday, and it actually worked out because the event started at 6 and I got off at work around 5 o'clock, so I was just able to make it. I went to the last Set Champs there and I was able to get top 4. And I was hoping to do a little bit better that day. I just couldn't squeak it out. The last couple of matches were against Jafar Wheel, so it was a little rough that I lost in game 3 to a whole new world, but it is what it is. I tried my best, and yeah, we're going to talk about it. I ran Blue Steel. I didn't know what I was going to run for that day, actually. I was tossing up between a couple decks. I didn't really have a deck that kind of really spoke to me this format, especially after the Hiram ban. I tried green purple at the World Class Cards event, both the discard and tempo version, and it was okay. And I was just trying out different decks here or there, so I didn't really know exactly what to play. I ran across Justin Morales's build. I know there's Kiwi builds too floating around that were pretty successful, but I really liked the Whole New World card in general. So I kind of leaned towards that strategy, and it worked out. There were some cards that I did not include that I'm sure people will question, but it was mostly like 90% of Justin Morales's list. But real quick, before we head to the deck profile, I'm going to just talk about the matches throughout the day. We had 5 rounds. Round 1 was against my buddy Steven. He was playing Purple Steel, and we went back and forth. I think I won game 1, he won game 2, and game 3 he actually could have won. He did have a misplay where he could have banished his broom if he moved it to the library to keep searching for cards. He only needed like a goat or a cobra to win through lore, and if he was able to move his broom to the library to draw an extra card, he would have saw that card. So it was unfortunate. That does happen. So I took the first game there. Round 2 was against green purple Diablo discard. I went 1 and 2. He was able to discard my hand pretty aggressively, so it was really tough for me to come back. I was running Grab Your Swords at that time, but I just didn't see it enough to get rid of his Diablos, and once they have Diablo and Prince John down, it's really hard to come back. Round 3 was against another Purple Steel player, but I 2-0'd him. I think it was pretty easy, especially with Cogsworth around, just being able to mess with their math. It was really tough for them to kind of make some trades. Round 4 was against Blurple. I also 2-0'd that, and same thing, just the math with Cogsworth really made some of the challenges awkward. And then round 5, I was able to ID. I was sitting at 2nd seed, I believe, 2nd or 3rd. So I was pretty much in there. And then we went to top 8. This was probably around 10 o'clock at night, so it was pretty late into the game already. So top 8 was against Amber Steel Songs, which was against another person I knew from last Set Champs, and he 2-0'd me last Set Champs, so I was able to get my revenge. Mostly because I think Blue Steel has a good matchup against the Amber Steel Songs, especially with, again, the Cogs. Just being able to get resist, and if you have 2 Cogs without, it's really rough. And if you're able to wheel before they wheel, you also get some advantage. So yeah, it wasn't too difficult on my end. And then top 4, I played against the Jafar Wheel. That was also pretty interesting because I don't think I had a good matchup. Maybe it was 60-40 in their favor. I just had to keep getting rid of the Jafars. So first game I won, second game she won, and then third game was crazy. I kind of wheeled for a different kind of hand, an aggressive hand, and I was able to get 2 Petes, which saved me because I was able to play Pete that turn, and then also played Pete the second turn where she just couldn't clear my board, and I went through there. And then the finals was against another Jafar Wheel player. Shoutouts to him. I think he started new YouTube, so go follow him. Really cool guy, very chill guy. This was already past 11 at night, almost midnight already. I think he won the first game, I won the second game, and third game I was just getting so tired. I made a couple misplays, and just kind of like my endurance was just kind of like dead that day. So there are a couple plays where I could have probably performed a little more efficiently, but I wasn't able to get there. Towards the end, maybe turn 7 or 8, he was able to find his wheel to win the game through there. So almost had it. I'll put the different kind of decks that were there. There was a good amount of spread throughout the day, but it was almost there. And then just for another note, I did play at another event. It was only 9 players. I was able to get top 8, so that was this past weekend at another shop in Wisconsin, but it wasn't really too competitive there, so I'll just say that. Anyways, let's go ahead and go with the deck profile here. So the first set of cards I ran with is for Robin Hoods. Robin Hood is a great card because in the steel meta, there are going to be a lot of decks that are running steel, and what counters steel is steel. Robin Hood's 5-drop has a 6 health, which is really hard to get rid of, so the shift target was really good for me throughout the whole weekend. And a lot of players, I think, in Wisconsin do play steel decks, especially Amber Steel, so I was kind of catering my deck to counter that kind of meta. On to the next set of cards here. I ran for Popsicle. Popsicle is still good. I like to high roll with Bell, and that happened so many times in this game in the weekend. I was able to find Popsicle Bell turn 1, and sometimes being able to sing certain songs early was just really powerful. So Popsicle was still good play. You need some draw power outside of A Whole New World. On to the 2-cost cards, I ran Smee. Smee is just so good as a 2-drop. I don't really need to say much. It's good against blue-red, good against a trade. It's just solid stats. I don't think he's going to be reprinted in rotation. Next set of cards is Calhoun. I think one of the days I had 3 Calhouns, and then the other I had 2. I was just trying to find space for certain cards, but she was also really good against the steel meta. Steel Songs has a tough time with this unless they waste the strength on it, which I'm totally okay with. But being able to challenge, be able to freeze the board for players not being able to quest was really powerful. Then I ran 1 Visions. Again, one of the days I ran, I think, 2 or 4 Visions just to try it out. And Visions was good to kind of hit specific cards. If you're needing an answer at the right moment, if you're looking for maybe even like a Bell to pop with Popsicle as well too, to kind of bolster up your board so that your Strength of Raging Fire could hit bigger targets. And even searching for A Whole New World, like Vision is just such a great tool card, and I think it's really good. I don't mind bumping it up to 2 or even playing 4 if you got the space for it. On to the 3-cost Pete. I mean, Pete is just so good against certain matchups. It just crushes. It stops songs. It stops actions. Emerald Steel, Blue Green, Steel Songs. It's just so good. Like, I don't even really need to explain too much about Pete. Pete saves me so many games in this meta. And then on to the other 3 costs, I ran 4 Bell. I mean, Bell Popsicle still really powerful opening. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. Otherwise, you could just ink it, but people are sometimes afraid of running into that combo, especially if you're able to hit that early. Next are 3 Mickeys. This is the ramp Mickey. Again, not too many people playing it. I think Justin Morales plays this. He likes Mickey a lot. And I do like it because for the simple fact that you hit a nice curve because you want to hit your ramp 3 and then be able to play your 5-cost cards. Because you have a nice curve with hitting, your 1-drop, your 2-drop with Smee or Calhoun, and then be able to ramp with Mickey on 3, and then be able to plant down like a Cogsworth or something on turn 5. So this was great overall. If you see it, it's great. You could play despite missing your ramp, but you could sing your songs through there, and even though it's a low-strength character, at least it's a body on board. Then I ran 3 Lawrence's. Lawrence's is a love and hate card. He's really good when you're not going against like the steel matchups that have some songs that could ping it, but it's also powerful as a 4/4, so it's really annoying for when your opponent wants to trade certain cards here or there, but it is really powerful when it works. Next, some songs. 4 strength, one of the best songs in the game, I could say. It just gets rid of so many cards. It's just, yeah, too good. Next, 2 Storm Rage On, another great singer. You could sing it early if you have Bell. You could sing it after playing Mickey. Gets rid of Diablos, gets rid of Flynn's if people still play that. Cinderella's, just really annoying cards. This in combination with Something like Tinkerbell maybe can get rid of some other 3 health characters. So I think it's a really good card to help you facilitate some draw. All right, moving on to the higher cost cards here. I ran 4 McDuck Manners. Manners will just win certain matchups. Like Red Blue still has an issue with locations, especially if they start inking Mauis early. They don't have an answer for this. Emerald Steel, like just decks that play like low strength characters, Amber, Manners could just win you the game from there. So it's just so strong. Onto the 5 cost cards here now. We got Shift, Robin Hood, like I mentioned earlier. Way too good, 3/6, really good in the steel meta. Not so much good against Medusa and stuff, but only a few players run that, or a few decks, so the likelihood of you having a Robin Hood survive a couple turns is pretty high. Especially if you play something like this for Cogsworth. Again, Cogsworth in the right matchup just can steal games. The ward is really powerful. The extra resist on your other characters is really powerful. I've had many people who have done their math wrong and try to challenge some of my characters, and I say, oh, they survive because of that extra resist. So it catches people off guard, and it protects your Cogsworth if you want to wheel next turn, which is also really solid. But yeah, Cogsworth in the right matchup is so good. Then I ran 3 Beast as another alternate way to draw outside of Whole New World. So Beast does stick maybe for like a turn or 2, as long as you're able to trigger his effect once or twice in the game. I think you still have a lot of good value out of it. 2 lore is still pretty good. Certain times you could just quest with him knowing that your opponent does have an answer to Beast. Then I ran 3 Whole New Worlds. I think at the PokeShop I was running 4, but I kind of lowered this down because against certain matchups you don't want to see wheel all the time. So that's why I kind of relied a little bit more on Beast for some extra draw power. But Whole New World is still really strong if you're just able to open up really aggressively, Bell, Shift Line, Robin Hood, and then just be able to sing your other songs afterwards. It's just powerful in those certain matchups. Move along, I have 3 Let It Goes. This used to be, I think, 2 Let It Goes and 2 Swords. But there were some games where I just needed to answer some hard removals against like Maui Sharks, Tamatoas, just the big characters that are really hard to kind of get around, especially playing Steel. Ariel also. So I needed those cards to kind of get rid of them immediately. Then I ran 3 Tinkerbells. I think Tinkerbell is also pretty solid. If you're able to ramp, you can play this on turn 5. Prevents a lot of people from questing, similar to like a Calhoun where they don't want to get traded. Tinkerbell could wipe down a couple characters on board, and yeah, she's just strong in those certain matchups. She's a 4/5, which survives the Medusas and stuff, and I think she's really good in the blue steel decks. Then the last 2 cards is Tamatoa. I think certain people play 4. Certain people play 2, certain people play none, but I think it's still a really good draw engine outside of a Whole New World. Being able to bring back your popsicles is so powerful, especially late game when you're just playing against decks that just kind of just drag. Ruby Amethyst, Ruby Sapphire. You need ways to get back your hand, and Tamatoa, being able to bring back your popsicles is really strong. Being able to play it for free is also really powerful too. But yeah, that is basically my deck with a couple iterations and changes throughout the last couple weeks. But I went to 2 set champs with it, and I got 2nd place and 7th place with the 2, so I think it's pretty decent. I don't think it's a super powerful deck, but maybe in the next set there's going to be a lot more tools to it. I'm looking forward to trying the Kiwi version with stuff like Arthur, and there's some new cards that draw if you have a low hand size. So it's gonna be really fun to experiment with this kind of like new style of blue steel, which I think will pop up in a lot of people's meta. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Set 8 is right around the corner, and I got a lot of videos coming up that focuses on which cards from set 8 will kind of make a specific deck stronger. So I'm going to be collaborating with a lot of people out there, talking about which decks are better for Ruby Amethyst, Blurple, Amber Steel, all that stuff. So that's going to be really exciting. And then I got some box openings and some product openings for you guys coming up soon. I don't think I'll be showing any more set champs decks because set 8 is right around the corner. So the hype is here. I'm excited for Reign of Jafar. I hope you guys are too. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you guys are subscribed, and thank you guys for reaching 1,000 subs with me. I'll be sharing that video soon next week for who the winner is. And if you guys want to sign up last minute, subscribe below, hashtag Aladdin1K. Hopefully you guys win some troves and chapter 1 packs. But yeah, we will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.